Alright, so here we're going to take our video for 4-3C, solving ratio and rate problems. So here's our problem. It says, in a food survey, 4 out of 5 people preferred creamy peanut butter over chunky peanut butter. There are 120 people shopping at the grocery store. Use the survey to predict how many people in the grocery store would prefer creamy peanut butter. So our first step, we are going to write out our ratio with what we know. So in this case, we go back to our problem. We have 4 out of 5 people. So our ratio is 4 over 5. And then we know there are 120 people shopping in the grocery store. So that 120 people are not the amount of people who chose creamy, but they're the amount of people in the store. So that's going to go on the bottom of our ratio that we're trying to figure out. So there's our ratio written out. We have 4 over 5 equals something over 120. And we're going to find out what that something is. Step 2. We're going to multiply so here we're going to multiply our ratio. In this case, we're going to do across the equal sign and down. So let's go back to our problem. So in this case, we're going to do 4 times 120. So 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 1 is 4. So this equals 480. Now our third step is we're going to divide by what is next to it. And remember, you should be writing these sample problems out too, so that way when you look at your steps, they're making sense. So back here on our problem, we had 480, and now we're going to divide by 5 because that's what's next to it. So 480 divided by 5. Well, 5 cannot go into 4, but it will go into 48 9 times, which gives me 45. Means I have 3 left over. Bring this down. 5 goes into 36 times, which cancels that out. So this is what we are missing here. So this tells me that with a ratio of 4 out of 5 people preferring creamy, if they looked at everybody in the store out of 120 people, 96 of those people would prefer creamy peanut butter. So that's our missing number here. And if we look, there we go. And that brings us to step 4, find missing piece. And then finally use that to answer the question. Alright, so there are 4 simple steps. Write out the ratio, multiply our ratio across the equal sign and down, divide by what is next to it, and then find the missing piece. So if we go back to our problem, step 1, we wrote out a ratio, 4 over 5 equals 90, or equals something over 120. We multiplied across and down, 4 times 120. Then we divided by 5, which gave us our missing piece, which was 96. Alright, so those are our simple steps to solving our problem. Now go ahead and use this to solve the other sample problems that are along in your book. The track your progress problems, the A, B, C, D. You notice that this one was actually A. So do B, C, D, and use these steps to help solve those problems. Remember, these notes are going to be worth extra credit towards your grade, so make sure you watch the video, take the notes, copy down the steps here, and solve those sample problems, and make sure you have them on Monday.